Hi guys, Keith Larkenberg Farms. It's now the second week of October, I believe. We're in mid-October right now. And as you can see, I'm not only wearing a jacket, but the wind's starting to blow again, which means the seasons are changing. We're slowly moving into fall. It's been a great transition so far, but now we're really just in the phase of waiting. So let me go ahead and talk about what that means and explain what we're doing. Now, this time of year, as the light levels start to drop and it gets cooler outside, it really becomes a game of waiting on your farm. We're waiting on when to plant our last planting. We're waiting on the stuff that's planted, especially this back here, to really start growing so we can start to harvest it. This is just about perfect. The spinach here is just starting to go now. I can start getting harvest off it. But again, I really need to wait and be cautious on it because this is all I have. This is all I'm going to have for the rest of the season. I do have a couple more beds, but we're starting to approach that great time of year when we only get 10 hours of sunlight. And when that happens, it's known as your Persephone date, things basically stop growing. So right now we are waiting for things to size up, waiting for things to grow, and then waiting for it to get cold. I mean, we don't even have the tunnels on our, or the end walls on our tunnels yet because it has not gotten cold enough yet. This tunnel is the same exact waiting game. I mean, the cabbages are just barely starting to head, waiting on them. Got some cauliflower, I believe that's cauliflower. Broccoli further down, it's just taking its sweet time. So again, we're waiting on it. Our overwintered onions, waiting for them to come up. Still need to plant the garlic, so that's more or less waiting on me. But the same thing with everything. The kale, we are just now getting sized up enough to where we can start harvesting off of this. But we also have to be careful because it's really going to slow down. So we can't just go through and harvest everything. So everything we're waiting on too is basically having the orders start to come in. We're hitting that time of the season when the farmers markets are really starting to get slow and things just really slow down around the farm. So again, you have to use a lot of cautious techniques to get things to grow, and also not to over harvest because this is all we've got all winter. Again, in the most recent caterpillar tunnel we put up, we're again waiting for our green beans to actually start to do something. I thought I saw the first signs of blooms down at the bottom of them, and hopefully they'll make it. This is an experiment I'm really excited to see. We were waiting on our zucchini late experiment too. You can see right there, really hard to see back behind the leaf, but we are getting the first blooms in here. So that's a good sign. We want to get 2 sets of blooms and about half the plants. And then, there's a good one right there. Then we can uncover, and hopefully we still have enough insect population around to actually pollinate the things. First time I've ever tried them this late. We'll see. But again, waiting on seeing if it's a good experiment or not. Now in the main field, I'm just waiting for a good hard frost. I'm sick of dealing with peppers. They're still kicking along good. I mean, they're not the biggest in the world, but we're still getting peppers. I mean, there are some bigger ones in here. They got hit a little bit by the little light frost we had the other day, but again, we can still get harvest off them. And that's kind of where they're falling apart. But we are just waiting to remove them at this point because we are still getting peppers off of them. They're still selling, not as much, but again, still waiting. Wind's really starting to kick up now. Over here in the high tunnel, same waiting game. Tomatoes have really slowed down, but that's about what we're selling. So I'd really love to get rid of them back behind the cucumbers here because they are a mess up to the roof all over the place. But I've already put all the effort, all the time, all the labor into growing them. Why take them out before I need to? I don't need the space. So waiting for the tomatoes to grow, like I said, much slower, and waiting to get rid of them. I will probably supplementally heat this for a little while. We've got that little turbo torch heater, the diesel powered one, works great, keeping it above freezing. 'Cause I want to see how long I can get these cucumbers to go. This is a very late planting, and we're still producing really nice fruit off of it. They are, as you can see back there, got a little bit of yellowing going on. I'm not sure what that's from either, but we're just waiting on them to go. Their fruit production is actually slowed down to about double the amount of time it takes during the prime time of the season, and that's just because of the cooler nights. Also considered, again, keeping the low temperature up here to slow the waiting, but honestly, this time of year, why do it? More time, more effort, as long as we keep it growing. Final thing we're still waiting on is our storage radishes to finally size up the rest of the way. We've got watermelon radishes up front here. They are just starting to push a little bit. We want them much bigger than that. Got some black Neros behind them. They are really doing good now. So that's kind of what I'm looking for when I start harvesting them out. Again, waiting on them. We still got plenty of time. These are not a frost sensitive plant, so we really don't have to get them out ahead of time. I have been using the row cover when it gets really cold outside, like down in the 40s, just to kind of speed them along a little. These are Red Kings or Cayenne Bravos. Can't remember which ones they are. Supposed to be red daikon. Really tastes like a red radish. Waiting for those to size up. And then in the middle here, let's see if I can get down in here. There they are. Alpine white daikons. Waiting on them to size up because I want them much larger than this. And then, believe it or not, there's another row behind me here. And one there. Are, I can't remember, purple daikons. So again, we want them much bigger than that. Those are still really, really small. So as the seasons change, things just take longer to grow. I've known that from past seasons and from past experience. Seems like it's taking a little bit longer this year, but I think that's just because it was so hot and so going and so fast this whole summer. Then now things are slowed down and I find myself not, having as much to do. I'm just waiting all the time. But that's just a change of the season. Again, we're at about our first frost date, so it should be coming any time to really slow this stuff down. Also, 1 month away from Persephone date, so things are going to really, really slow down as well. So that's it in a nutshell. We're just sitting around waiting. Y'all have any comments? Put them below. Great questions on this time of year. Also, we do consulting and a bunch of other stuff. ArkbergFarms.com. Scroll down the bottom like usual. Digital tools and trading. So hope y'all like what you saw today. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank y'all. Have a good day.